Yo, where's my mic? Yo, welcome back to another episode of The Road to Funded. So this is another trade recap. I made $10,000 today. No, this is obviously paper money, but I put in 500,000 because I didn't want to trade micros. I wanted to trade minis, so I basically won 1.5k, 1.465k on a 50k account, which is what I usually will be trading. So that's like 1.5%, I think. And my risk was around 400, what was around 4,000, like 4.6 thousand, I think, around there. And yeah, so I would have risked $460, something like that. But overall, very nice trade. Let's just run over what I was thinking coming into the day and where I ended up taking my trade. So let's just delete all this and replay price. It's recording, right? Yeah. Okay. So where's 9? So coming into the day. Here's what I'm thinking. Let me go on ES. On ES, we had swept. I could leave that. We swept internal liquidity, and we then had displacement down. So we then displaced down through here, inversing this bullish fair value gap. And we also closed through this low, having a 1 hour change in the state of delivery. So in my head, looking at the bigger time frame, I'm looking at this and thinking, okay, well, I probably want to see us go lower. This looks like a sell model playing out. We had displacement. I'd probably want to see us do something like this. Expand, pull back, expand, pull back, expand. So I'm thinking bearish to start the day. Looking on NQ, we had SMT at this high. So I'm thinking, okay, well, this high is probably protected. This high is probably a protected high. And from here, we're going to go lower. That's what I'm thinking. Then I zoom in. I go to the 15-minute time frame. And I'm thinking, okay, well, we actually had displacement up here, right? So if I zoom out to the 4 hour, we're in a bullish 4 hour fair value gap. This big 4 hour fair value gap. Okay. We then have, if I can go to the 15, we have internal manipulation inside of a higher time frame fair value gap. Internal manipulation with a change in the state of delivery. So now I'm thinking, okay, we could go back up to this high. Maybe we put in an SMT like this instead. Maybe let's go on ES because ES looks better. ES, we have this low resistance liquidity within here. And we also have this wide open 1 hour imbalance. This 1 hour imbalance that has not been tapped into yet. Wide open 1 hour imbalance, low resistance liquidity. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if we had internal manipulation plus displacement, okay, and there's a reason to go higher with low resistance liquidity. I'm thinking, okay, now we probably are actually going higher. Maybe we're going to play out this buy model and then see expansion lower off of this. Right? So that's what I'm thinking. Then let's go to market open. Market open. Let's go one candle before that. Market open. Okay, so we have data highs, data lows. Let's get rid of this and get rid of this. Data highs, data lows. I looked at the chart before. I was looking at the chart right when we put in the data lows, right when we put in this data candle, and I was thinking, okay, I probably want to see us manipulate up first, take out data high, maybe take out these highs, and then I could look for a short to target data lows. But instead, we manipulate to data lows first. So now, we manipulate data lows. We're inside of a 15-minute fair value gap. 15-minute fair value gap. We have internal manipulation, and we have a high a high probability draw on liquidity. So here was the entry that I didn't take, but maybe I think this is a very good entry, but I don't know how much I like taking an entry before 9:30 open. This looks beautiful, but I really don't. I would have to test this more, but I'm not really very comfortable taking these type of trades. But this is beautiful, right? We sweep out data low in a fair value gap, internal manipulation. We have displacement, pull back to the change in the state, and we have a high probability draw on liquidity. From there, boom, right at market open, we just displace right to there. But the thing is, if I'm taking a trade before 9:30 open, we could pull back one more time, manipulate the low one more time, cause max pain in the market, and then have the real move to go higher. So that's why I would be more cautious and not wanting to take a trade before 9:30 open. So from here, I'm thinking, okay, we took out the data high and we took out the data low, and now we took out the data high. I'm being a little more patient now because I'm not really seeing much. I just spoiled it, whatever. I'm not really seeing much now. Yes, we have higher to go. We have low resistance liquidity to possibly run through. We internal manipulated. This could be a possible buy model, but maybe we just wanted to sweep out data highs and then reverse off of there to leave this for a later time, maybe. So I'm thinking, okay, right now I'm going to be a little more patient. And then, this is where I'm starting to get interested. So NQ then comes all the way down. Let NQ do its thing. NQ comes all the way down, sweeps out this internal low. One sec. Okay, so we now have manipulation, and I'm thinking, okay, draw on liquidity is probably lower now. Why would we sweep this high and then reverse off of it to go lower? Draw on liquidity is most likely lower. But then I look at ES, and ES is way above. ES is trailing way above. So this is SMT. Now I'm thinking, okay, maybe that was just a manipulation move for the market to cause max pain, to get traders out of the market. I think there was also Trump. I think Trump said something. I actually didn't see it. I think Trump said something and it caused the market to push down. But I didn't like this. There was nothing here for me regardless. We had manipulation. ES is holding above. Okay. Where would ES draw to? ES has these low resistance lows, low resistance highs. Okay. Now I'm kind of interested, right? We also built up internal liquidity within here. So I'm pretty interested right now in a long. The thing I did miss, I missed this trade right here. 30 second, 15 second, whatever you want to look at it on. I missed this trade. This was a SMT divergence. And we had 15 second doesn't look too clean. We didn't actually take the low. This isn't even a change of the state. Maybe I'm not mad missing out on this one though. Unless we take the low again. No, we don't. So we never actually had a real clean change in the state. I thought I missed this trade, but I don't really see a clean change of the state because this leg did not take this low. So the change of the state would be way up here. So actually I don't mind not taking that trade. There was no clean change of the state. I was looking at the 1 minute for a clean change of the state, but we didn't have anything. So then from here, let's get rid of this. From here, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, we probably are going to go to these highs now. We've now expanded off the SMT. This is a higher time frame market maker buy model. Low resistance liquidity, internal manipulation, higher time frame fair value gap. Lined up with still low resistance liquidity, higher time frame fair value gap, internal manipulation. Now we have SMT, Draw on liquidity, I'm thinking is higher. Okay. Now I look at the 5 minute. This is where I get really interested. We form a 5 minute order block right here. 5 minute order block. At the top, mark this out as the actual candle. We form an order block. Now I'm very interested. I want to see us tap back in, expand off of it. So now I'm going to wait. If we take this high, I'm not touching anything. If we get a nice entry, I will look to trade something. So I'm actually on NQ. I like NQ a little more. It's a little cleaner. So I was on NQ. There we go. And it just spoiled it. Let's go back to here. So we expanded up. Or maybe we did take the internal high actually before I took the trade. Yeah. So 5 minute order block. Huge 5 minute order block on NQ gets opened up. We still have the draw on liquidity remaining. Now I'm looking for an entry. We sweep internal high. We then retrace into this 1 minute fair value gap and the 5 minute order block. Sorry, I'm trying to clear this up a little bit. That is not the color I wanted, but there we go. Now we have higher draws on liquidity and we're getting an uptrend. Now we retrace to a 1 minute fair value gap, the 5 minute order block. Now I zoom in. I'm now looking for displacement higher, maybe another form of internal manipulation. Oh my gosh. There we go. And we get the internal manipulation. I'm like, oh my goodness, this looks amazing right now. This looks very clean. In this bigger time frame for value gap, 5 minute order block, I keep saying it over and over. We then get displacement up. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Displacement up. Closure through here. We change the state of delivery and we have an inversion here. We get inversion plus change of the state. And this is where I take my trade. Took my trade on the CISD. Stop loss at the low. Targeting the external liquidity as my full target. And I'm going to put my stops at break even at this internal high. So I'm in this trade. And we just start pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Let me see. When ES takes this internal high, my stops are at break even. So my stops are at break even right now. And I'm just holding this. We take the internal high, holding the trade, and boom, we expand to the external highs. Very, very nice. So why does this trade play out? Because we're in higher time frame market maker buy models. We're in the 4 hour for value gap, internal manipulation on the 15 minute, internal manipulation, displacement, low resistance liquidity. Low resistance liquidity, it makes sense for us to go here with an open 1 hour bearish for value gap, an unmitigated 1 hour for value gap. We then have the same thing on a smaller time frame. 15 minute for value gap, internal manipulation with this low, displacement, push up, pull back, internal manipulation, SMT divergence, move up from it, pull back before taking the external draw, pull back. I see an entry, I take the entry, and I take a nice little dub. So that's all for this trade. Thank you for watching. I hope that made sense to you. Still on paper, but eventually I will go to a funded challenge. I'm just waiting till I make more money so that $50 doesn't mean anything to me. It has nothing to do with my skills. I do believe that I have what it takes to be a funded trader, but I'm going to be patient with the journey. No reason to force anything. Going to be patient, take my time, and I'll get there eventually. But that's all for this one. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.